Back at the 1964 New York World's Fair, where a young boy named Frank Walker arrives with an extraordinary homemade invention, a jetpack assembled from vacuum cleaner parts. Frank pitches his machine to a cold, unimpressed judge named David Nix, who rejects the idea on the grounds that the jetpack does not actually fly. However, an enigmatic British girl named Athena sees something special in Frank's refusal to give up. She secretly hands him a futuristic blue lapel pin featuring a sleek T logo and instructs him to follow her onto the It's a Small World ride. Once inside, a hidden laser scans his pin, dropping Frank's boat into a subterranean transport tube that whisks him straight into another dimension. Frank emerges inside Tomorrowland, a jaw-dropping, utopian megacity where the greatest scientists, artists, and innovators in human history have gathered to build a perfect future free from political corruption, greed, or war. Flash forward to the present day, and we meet Casey Newton, an incredibly bright and stubborn teenager who is trying to save her father's job as a NASA engineer by secretly sabotaging the cranes scheduled to dismantle the Cape Canaveral launch pads. Casey's nighttime crusade eventually gets her arrested. While retrieving her personal belongings at the police station, she notices a strange T-pin mixed in with her items. The second Casey touches the pin, her mind is instantly projected into a glowing, high-tech wonderland surrounded by floating swimming pools, towering monorails, and bustling flying cars. However, the pin's power cell dies shortly after, snapping her back into reality and leaving her utterly obsessed with finding out where this secret city actually exists. Desperate for answers, Casey searches online and travels to a quirky sci-fi memorabilia shop in Houston that claims to buy similar artifacts. When she shows the pin to the shop owners, they instantly drop their friendly act and demand to know who gave it to her. When Casey can't give them a name, the owners reveal themselves to be killer audio-animatronic robots sent to liquidate anyone holding the pin. Just as the androids pull plasma rifles to execute Casey, Athena suddenly bursts into the store. Athena unleashes martial arts skills, destroys the rogue robots, and saves Casey, revealing that she is also an advanced animatronic robot built by Tomorrowland to recruit the brightest dreamers on Earth. Athena drives Casey to upstate New York to meet a grown-up, reclusive, and deeply bitter Frank Walker. Banished from Tomorrowland decades ago, Frank now lives in a fortified, heavily booby-trapped farmhouse. He initially refuses to help Casey, warning her that the world is completely doomed. Inside his house, Frank shows her a massive digital clock counting down to the total collapse of human civilization, an apocalyptic event set to occur in just 58 days. Frank built a tachyon-powered viewing device years ago that can peer into the future, and it predicts a 100% chance of global annihilation. But when Casey adamantly rejects the idea that humanity has no hope, her sheer refusal to surrender causes the apocalypse probability readout on the screen to instantly drop. Astonished, Frank realizes Casey's unique optimism might be the anomaly needed to alter fate. Before they can celebrate, a squad of smiling assassin androids attacks the house. Using a series of traps and an escape pod bathtub, Frank, Casey, and Athena flee the explosion, commandeer a vehicle, and head for Paris to access a secret portal hidden inside the Eiffel Tower. Reaching the Eiffel Tower, Frank reveals that its original designers, Gustave Eiffel, Jules Verne, Nikola Tesla, and Thomas Edison, founded Plus Ultra, the secret society responsible for creating Tomorrowland. They launch a hidden steampunk rocket straight out of the tower into outer space, punching a hole through dimensions to land directly inside Tomorrowland. However, instead of the bustling utopia Casey saw in her pin vision, they arrive to find the city decaying, empty, and dreary. They are greeted by the city's dictatorial leader, Governor David Nix. Nix leads them to Frank's old tachyon machine, which has been constantly beaming visions of nuclear war, environmental decay, and destruction directly into the minds of Earth's population. Casey suddenly puts the pieces together. The Tachyon Tower isn't just predicting the end of the world, it is broadcasting fear, transforming the apocalypse into a self-fulfilling prophecy. Nix admits he broadcast the warning images to wake humanity up, but instead of fixing climate change or stopping wars, people embraced the doom, devouring apocalyptic movies, games, and media. Disgusted, Nix gave up on Earth, choosing to let the world die so Tomorrowland could survive alone. Realizing they must destroy the Tachyon Tower to break humanity's mental spell, Frank and Casey initiate a fight against Nix and his guards. During the chaotic battle, Nix draws a weapon to execute Frank. Athena sees the future flash before her eyes and leaps into the line of fire to take the blast. Mortally wounded, Athena asks Frank to initiate her system's self-destruct sequence and throw her body into the tower. Frank tearfully bids goodbye to his childhood friend and drops her into the machine. The resulting explosion crushes the tower under falling debris, killing Nix and destroying the prophecy machine for good. With the broadcast severed, hope returns to Earth. Frank and Casey take over Tomorrowland, repair the city, and mass-produce a brand new generation of animatronic recruitment children. Armed with fresh T-pins, these young recruiters head out into the world to find new dreamers, scientists, and thinkers to build a brighter future.